Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you want to see how I got the Raspberry Ripple gel nail design from the thumbnail, then carry on watching. So as you can see here, I'm starting out by first of all removing any old design. You're going to see me struggle a little bit with my drill bit here because the gel underneath my top coat wasn't actually cured properly, so that wasn't so fun. But you'll see me change the bit over to a willow bit from Willow Beauty, Willow Academy, and then I'm going to take off the old design and do all the prep work. So here I'm just showing you where the gel polish has got all over my drill bit, and here I changed it. Just wanted to mention, if you can hear the same song in the background as I think 2 of my other videos, I just love this backtrack. I know it's nothing to do with nails, but yeah, it's a vibe. So whenever I'm doing my own nails, I can be a bit awkward with the way that I place my hands. I'll kind of switch from back to front, and then it's even more difficult on the opposite side on my other hand. So I might have to make a video doing my opposite hand. I've always been a little bit ambidextrous, so I can kind of work with it, but the way that I hold my fingers, like here, you can't really tell, but I'll grab onto my pinky like this. I'll grab onto my pinky and then hold it to get, my finger into position. Anyway, I'm using the Gel Bottles files today and some of these freaky, don't know what it says. Some of these files today. It's a thinner emery board, it's a 180 grit. And I'm just going to shape my nails into my favourite shape, which is almond. Once I've done that, I'm going to then prep the rest of my nails, push my cuticles back, and file off the, buff off the top layer using my drill bit, my sanding band, not my drill bit. And once they're all prepped, we're going to do a base layer and then move on to the design. So during my prep, I love to use my Navy Pro tools. Here I've just got them on my tray that I actually have on my website. It's www.hollybedsbeauty.com. I make some resin stuff on there, it's really cool. So I'm using my Navy Pro tools. I have 3. I have the ETHEL, the DORIS and the Martha. So first of all, I'm going to be using my DORIS, which is a double-ended cuticle pusher. They are brilliant. They are so worth the money because they are so good. You don't understand until you use them. Navy Pro tools are brilliant. So I'm going to push my cuticles back with the DORIS. I like the bigger end of the double-sided cuticle pusher. Sometimes I use the smaller end. Normally on pinky fingers. I tend not to use that side, but I do love the bigger side of the DORIS. So once all my cuticles are pushed back with the DORIS, I'm then taking, this is ETHEL. So ETHEL is similar to DORIS in the sense that it's got a bigger side and a smaller side. It's kind of like a slanted square, like a chisel. Is that a good way to explain it? Like a tiny nail chisel. It's really good for pushing down the sides, down the side walls, and where you've pushed those cuticles back, just getting any of the dead skin, the epinicium, whatever you want to call it, the dead skin off the nail plate. It's a really good tool. It's really sharp, so you really don't have to use pressure at all with it. It's brilliant. Also, I do realise that I do say a lot during every voiceover. But anyway, here I'm just changing my willow drill bit to my sanding band. Like I said earlier, I just like to use it on speed either 2 or 3 on my Sayang E35 drill. And I just like to take off the tiniest amount, just go round where I've prepped just to get off any extra bits that I've missed. Navy Pro Tools are so good for getting everything off as far as dead skin goes. So yeah, I'm going to take off that base layer of my nail just so that my gel has a really good base to stick to, and using the gel bottle I will then go in after this with rubber base, which is my all-time favourite base. It's brilliant, your nails last for 100 years, it's great. So the word I was looking for was foundation. You need to give your nails a good foundation as a base, because otherwise your nails aren't going to last. Next part, I'm moving over to my cuticle nippers. These cuticle nippers aren't from Navy Pro Tools. These are actually from a company called In Vogue, Beauty In Vogue. I'm gonna list it down below. They are my favourite cuticle nippers. I'm on my second pair. The first pair lasted such a long time, but it was time to renew them after a little while. They're just really good. They're not as aggressive as other ones that I've tried. So yeah, we're gonna snip off any of that cuticle that's lifted, just to make the nails perfectly finished for the prep. So when I'm doing my own nails, I tend to go a little bit overboard when I use the nippers, because I want to get literally any hard skin off that I possibly can. So I'll go over the sides, down the bottom and round again. Sometimes I do go a bit healthier leather, but it's okay when it's on me. I wouldn't do that on a client. Yeah, it's all good. So next up, here is the rubber base by the gel bottle, like I mentioned before. It is brilliant. It is so good. I have never had any problems with it. I like to do a really thin layer with all of my sets, depending on if I'm using Builder in a Bottle, because Builder in a Bottle you don't actually need to use a base, but I'm using a base today because I'm using the clear Builder gel. The clear Builder in a Bottle doesn't have any primer in it, so you do have to use a base, but this is my favourite base, especially when I'm just doing plain manicures. So my technique that I like to use, my technique that I like to use, I do cap the ends slightly. As you can see, I'll do really thin layer and then just swipe it across the end so that I know the end of my nail is capped, and that the gel polish or builder gel, whatever I'm going to use next, is going to stick to that layer. So this is the part that I'm using my clear builder gel, like I mentioned. I like to do a similar technique with my next step. So as you can see, I'm doing a thin layer, which is my slip layer. You've probably heard gel technicians use that term before. So the slip layer goes on, and then now I'm just using a bit of a bead that I'm going to push to as close to the cuticle as I can, and just drag it out, and then flip my hands upside down. I'm kind of killing two birds with one stone while I finish the last nail. I like to hold them upside down so I get a nice apex. I'll check from the side, I'll check down the barrel, and I'm just using my brush to tickle the gel into a better apex shape. Sometimes, not always, I will use my dotting tool to get rid of any excess gel, but that's just there if it slips a little bit too much, or if I've used a little bit too much product. I'll just like to clean the edges as much as possible, because you don't want to put your hands into the gel lamp to cure your nails when you've got gel that's spilled into the sidewalls. I also try to make a habit of doing my thumb after my four fingers, because this will just help you control the apex of all of your fingers, all of your nails, sorry. I like to do the thumb last, because if you do all 5 hands at the same time, you run a risk of the gel sloping on your thumbnail into your cuticle or over your finger, whichever. It's not the best. So yeah, I like to do 4 fingers and then my thumb. So this is something new that I'm actually using. This is a lint-free cloth. I've seen a few texts on Instagram using the Navy Pro Tools dolly cloth, and I thought instead of ordering just one of those, I would order 50 of these. So I've got 50 lint-free cloths, which I just found on eBay. They are a bit more eco-friendly. I'm not sure how I'm going to feel using them with COVID. I'm going to have some sort of basket to pop them all in after I've used them on a client. I can't see clients at the moment. I've lost my job again for the 3rd time. Here in the UK, we are in another massive lockdown, which is no fun. So I'm not able to work, but I'm able to spend more time doing my nails to give you YouTube videos, which is great. As you just saw, once I've done my builder gel, I literally just buffed over the top with one of those pink or white buffing tops, just to get rid of any lumps or bumps that might be in there. Yeah, all good. And now I'm just popping all of the colours of choice that I'm going to use for my raspberry ripple effect, using one of my resin palettes, which again is on my website, www.hollybensbeauty.com. Don't mind the plug. Yeah, I'm just using all of the pinks that I can think of. They're all by the gel bottle. We've got pink rose, we've got rhubarb, we've got cupid, we've got daisy, we've got what's the other one, apricot flower. You can just pause the video to see the names of all the bottles. And then after I did that, I actually decided to do one more thin coat of builder gel. I don't know why I did this, I really don't, because it would have been ready for design, but I think it was a good choice because I wanted to have that really sort of shiny, smooth surface to put my design on top of. Some people like to do a thin coat of no wipe top coat. I just used my builder gel and then wiped off the inhibition layer again with my lint-free cloth. So to get that raspberry ripple effect, I'm just using a dotting tool to mix all the gel together so that when I scoop it up, it's already kind of mixed. And all I'm going to do is use a small gel brush to scoop it up into the scribbles that I've made with the dotting tool. And I'm literally going to scoop and place that onto the nail. And I'm going to wiggle it as I place it on. So if you can imagine, once you scoop it, you've got quite a lot of product on that brush. You're not going to then just put all of that product into one area. You're going to scoop and spread it. Scoop and spread, that's the only way I can make it sound right in my head. That's all I'm doing. I'm scooping into those swirls that I've made and I'm spreading it over the nail. I'm not spreading it over all of the nail because I wanted to do the gold lines to separate the clear part of my nail to the pink part of my nail, which gives it that sort of minimalist design effect. So I'm trying to show you a bit easier on my thumb. Scoop and spread. So as when I place it, I'm sort of wiggling my brush as well to give it more of a ripple effect. And the areas that I've scooped and spread on, if I think, or at least it needs a little bit of more, it needs a little bit more white in there, then I'm going to put some more white in there and I'm just going to spread it over the top. Once I did all that, I feel like I didn't get enough glitter into the mix, so I just decided to use a detail brush and my finger for some reason to just place a little bit more of that pink rosé, whatever you want to call it. It's gorgeous. I just wanted to place a little bit more glitter to get a little bit more dimension, so that's all I'm doing here. And then we're going to move on to the fabulous gold lines. So now for probably my favourite part, because it feels really magical when you do it. This is Stick It, which I bought with the nail stamping queen. It went kind of viral over Instagram. It's really, really cool. It's really cool. And now I've actually bought the Quick Stick It, which is in a gel, like a normal gel bottle. for full coverage foils, but this is the thicker gel. It's really good for any types of designs really. You could use it for whatever you could imagine. So here I'm just going to use it to paint the separate lines that are separating the clear from the pink. The difficult thing when doing this is it's really hard to see because it's clear. You can actually stick it in black, but I didn't want to see any black underneath any of my designs just in case. Black's quite good though if you'd rather see what you're painting. But here you can't really see, but you can see depending on your lighting. Anyway, I'm going a bit into detail, aren't I? So yeah, I'm just painting along the edges of where I've done my raspberry ripple effect, and then stick it works differently in different lamps. I cured mine for 60 seconds and then we're going to move on to the gold foil once I've done that. So I'm just doing my little finger here. Going to pop the lid on your gel. You never want to leave the lid off of your gel because you don't want your gel to cure anywhere near the lamp. Yeah, so once I've done that, they're then going to go into the lamp to cure for 60 seconds. Some lamps need longer, like I say. Mine's fine at 60. All good. And then here I'm just using some gold foil again from Nail Stamping Queen, and you're literally going to press it on. It's so sticky that you don't have to worry about double sticking to it, so you can literally stick it over and over again to fill out everywhere that the gold needs to go. Honestly, that part is so fun. Once I've done all that, I got some of the gold stuck in between, like on my little finger. It's on my skin. So I'm just going to take a brush with some rubbing alcohol just to get rid of the excess gold. And then once that's done, I'm going to finish with top coat. The brush I'm using here is literally just a cheapy brush from, I think, either AliExpress or eBay. I love AliExpress and I love eBay. I'm a self-confessed eBay addict, no joke. Most of the stuff I buy on there is nail related. I have so much nail stuff, as I'm sure that every tech does, because we're just like magpies, aren't we? We just buy nail stuff. I mean, you don't have to tell me twice. If I see something that's nail marketed, I'm like, yep, sign me up. Anyway, we've taken all that gold off. The nails are pretty much finished, and we're going to use the Gel Bottles Extreme Shine Top Coat to finish those nails. I'm going to cap the ends so that they're protected, and I hope to get some really good wear out of these nails. I think they turned out really cool. I love the Instagram photo that I took. I actually dressed my nails up with some gold rings, so that was really fun too. So we're going to top coat. I do hold my nails upside down like I do with a builder gel after I've done my top coat for some reason. I think it's just habit. If I do a bit of a thicker layer, especially where that stick-it's gone, because the gold line needs a little bit more coverage just to protect it from being raised on the top. So I'm capping the ends. And then I'm going to finish with my own cuticle oil. So just for today's video, I thought I just had to. I have a raspberry cuticle oil, which I also sell on my website. I'll list it in the description box if you want to have a look. Yes, I'm using raspberry cuticle oil, which smells absolutely delicious, to finish my raspberry ripple gel nail design. I hope you enjoyed today's video. It's quite a long one. I don't know how to get my videos being shorter. I think because I'm still a new, voiceover YouTuber for my nail account, I just take ages. I take ages with my nail sets as well, to be honest. But it feels like a bit more of a chit chat video today. I'm just trying to explain everything as I go along. I'll try and shorten my videos because you probably get so bored. But yeah, thank you. If you've made it this far, then thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. I'm hoping to do my left side of my hand soon because they're still green, which are my Christmas nails, which is shocking. Christmas was almost a month ago, so yeah, we need to change those. When I apply my cuticle oil, I like to use a little brush just to get into the nooks and crannies of every finger, and that's about it. I'm going to finish up with some video shots of my finished nails and maybe a couple of photos, but other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you in my next video. Bye everyone.